S1E2 Hivemind, where the name of the game is to think the same as the Hive, who we will introduce in a second. Obviously, you're going to notice that this is a different format that you saw from last time. It's going to be more audio-centric, although a couple of graphics up on your screen, but it's still going to be the same fun game that you enjoyed. So without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce the Hive that is going to be here today. We've got Hindu.
Oh, we're
Tom.
the Hive. Okay.
Yeah, you're the Hive. Get it? Because it's hive mind, like bees.
No, I was just trying to understand. I didn't know. I was going to be a part of
I thought it was really clever, personally.
It is. It is. Sorry, I was just.
There's Hindu. We've got Tom.
Hey, it's me, Tom. I F dot.
And we've got Aggro.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
And Finch.
Hey, it's me, the protagonist.
Yeah, I guess everyone's doing fine. I see a bunch of smiles.
What's up?
The protagonist. And today, we have two new contestants that are going to be coming through. The Hive kind of sticking the same for the first two episodes to give us some consistency. But the contestants we have today are going to be Fawn, one of the new casters that has come around. So you're going to be able to come through. How are you doing today?
Doing all right, Gore. Doing pretty okay.
Pretty okay? Or do you think you're prepared?
After watching
The
last
correct answer is
episode,
no.
maybe. Okay.
So that's, I think, the best way to go for it.
Okay,
But
well, yeah.
the player is going to be going first. It's going to be Kresnik over here. How are you doing today before I give you a prompt?
I'm doing pretty good. Excited for a throwback.
Throwback? Well, here's the question for you. It's the one that's the most daunting of the episode. A or B?
B.
B?
For Hive.
For Hive? Oh,
Yeah,
B.
yeah.
Hive. Okay.
starts with
Yeah,
I
that's
see. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Beehive.
Yes.
I didn't get that. You literally galaxy brained me on that.
Either way.
You guys are This Hive's awful.
That's
You're the
why.
one who didn't get the name of the show.
I mean, think about the work.
Well, now I
of-
know it's a Hive. At least I understand what B means.
I knew what it meant the whole time.
See, Tom,
Next Tom.
Galaxy Brain, sitting on his brain throne right now. But you've chosen B, so your prompt is going to be as such. Mrs. Pin's complexion was so terrible that it improved after she caught a case of blank. Mrs. Pin's complexion was so terrible that it improved after she caught a case of blank. This is a thinker.
I thought you were gonna say she caught something else, but
I feel like
saved it. I think.
I feel like I've stumped a couple people coming into this. Kresnik, your facial expression is worrying me the most.
No, because I'm looking away from them because I am in very close proximity.
Mrs. Pin's complexion was so terrible that it improved after she caught a case of blank.
now I'm glad this is more audio-centric because I'm a little nervous that my spelling of whatever I said is incorrect.
See, we've knocked it down on all fronts.
That's-
and
yeah.
then hopefully when I'm typing out the answer later for the video,
Go ahead
I
and hit the
also
Google machine. Yeah, you got it, Gore. I believe in you.
All right, let's see.
Ding.
That's gonna be
Oh,
one,
yeah, I'm done, by the way.
2.
Oh, do we have to say ding?
You
Do we
can
get to choose a different tune?
any physical sign you can show me that
Yo.
you're done. Actually, I can stand up.
Oi!
There it is.
I have to stare at my own reflection.
Oh wait, may I hear the question one more time?
Mrs. Pin's
Tom just woke
complexion was so terrible that it improved after she caught a case of blank. That was the
I
immediate
saw
jump.
Tom's answer. It is correct for him to rip it off. Yeah, go ahead and why don't you read that one out for the class? Give me passing notes, Tom.
Hey, Kresnik, would
Yes?
you have said murder?
She caught a case
Got a
of
case of murder. Was she a detective?
Honestly-
Tom? Is she a private eye?
I needed.
Listen,
I
I'm in
needed
the same vein.
terminology to not be better because that is a much different picture that I'm trying to paint. But I'm good.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead. He's finishing his answer, writing it down. But Kresnik, I'm going to come to you. Mrs. Pin's complexion was so terrible that it improved after she caught a case of what?
House fire.
House fire? She caught a case of house fire.
Trying to.
What are you talking about?
That doesn't.
Murder was
Put
better.
murder.
I thought,
There are
okay.
cases with murders. What the fuck are you talking about?
So here I
Specifically
am.
fire. Specifically fire.
Fire.
I was
That
thinking
doesn't
about
make
it.
sense,
Kresnik.
Yes, it does.
Okay, we're going with
If we're
fire as the answer. Okay.
unless if you are, did you all just do
No,
boring
that's-
diseases? I figured you're trying to.
No, it's your answer, man.
Yeah,
It's,
all right.
Yeah, it's your responsibility.
So we've got a case of fire. So Finch, we're going to start with you. I want to know what you wrote down because I feel like it'll be a disease.
Yeah, spoiler alert, it's not fire. I wrote down I'm revealing it for no reason. I wrote down chicken pox.
That
makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's good.
I kind of went on a similar route. I went pneumonia.
But see, John's makes sense because chicken pox affects your
Yeah.
complexion.
Right.
Pneumonia is just an ailment.
Okay,
And murder?
think. Yeah. First of all, murder.
It was a deep cut joke about our terrible.
You got one
emotions.
last episode and you
It
think
was
you're going to
great.
back it up again? Get
No,
it.
it was
Right. Listen, I'm just saying, I don't think anyone has ever seen someone nice and healthy and then seen someone with pneumonia afterwards, been like, yo, that's a better look for you. You should stick with it.
But
you
the
are glowing right now
The
with that pneumonia.
complexion
Or you're
specific-
glowing with that
You're gonna
fire.
be pale. You're going to be sickly. Of course
Okay.
it's going to be bad.
So Hindu, what's
Okay.
your answer?
I was going to say burning, but then I listened to the actual thing again and realized, oh, it's not that at all. So
No,
I
that
put
makes sense.
foot and mouth, as in foot and mouth disease.
After she caught a foot and mouth, is what you wrote.
I
down.
caught-
A
called
case
foot
of
and mouth.
foot and mouth.
A case of foot and mouth.
Thank you.
Wait. So so we were on the same wavelength, but you changed your mind.
Until
Well,
he
because he
I
listened.
listened.
And now,
My
Tom,
murder one made sense if it was worded
It
a
did.
little bit differently.
It was,
but
it was.
I like this one.
because I had to
Case of
go
murder
like
is
you
one
know
thing,
in
right?
the instant. I did say something boring. I said the measles, but I give credit to Ohio State for the word the.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, they own that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I'm just, man, I just can't help but think 31-0 whenever I hear Ohio State. Maybe that's just me. Either way, Kresnik, that's a resounding 0 matches after the first round.
Not
Don't
even
worry,
close.
you're
Well,
still tied for our low record with Dave of 0, so that's not going to do too much. I'm taking shots. It's not even here. Either way, Fawn, that means that you're going to be going up next.
I get the other prompt, right?
Easy for fun,
Yes,
this
sir.
now. Jesus, this is a freebie.
So, Judy said, "I'll never go out with Pinocchio again. Now I have sawdust in my blank."
Gore, I feel like you're baiting me. Oh. Okay. I think I know
we
what
have
Judy
right-
said-
right. What's weird again?
I'll never go out with Pinocchio again.
Who said this?
Judy. Poor Judy. Because now she has sawdust in her blank.
One more time. What am I allowed to? I'm not allowed to write genitalia. You said to me.
Yes, you are correct.
Wow.
That was the thing I was
Pull
trying
back
to
the
avoid.
curtain, eh, bitch? Inside edition of Hivemind.
So we can only give.
We gave some. You're just thinking of an answer.
No, fine. You can go first.
Ray
No,
Lewis
he has to wait for
Ray
everyone to
Lewis on
finish.
the football field. Hey, ref, I can't murder this guy, right? He's like, oh no, you can't. You've already done it. Don't let me touch it.
Unless you catch the case of it, then it's okay, right?
Judy said, "I'll never go out with Pinocchio again. Now I have sawdust in my blank."
I think I got it.
I need
I did the best.
I need a minute.
I've got a
You
great.
need a minute? I mean,
have a
I
great
can think of like 12
G-rated-
orifices. Maybe
Sure.
that might be too many.
Are you thinking?
No. I have a great G-rated answer right here. G-rated.
G-rated.
Yeah, that's true.
Approved. We could put that answer in a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Probably like Pinocchio.
Yeah. Did you go the same way as me, Griff? Or okay, he's saying close.
I'm safe.
Okay.
I think I effectively managed to say what I wanted to say.
I don't think I've ever said anything
Okay.
too offensive before.
And I see Tom's answer. All right, so Fawn,
we're all good?
I think everyone's locked in here. Judy said, "I'll never go out with Pinocchio again. Now I have sawdust in my."
I'm trying to think because it's like I have like 2 answers really, so it's like I can
gotta
only
choose
give
one.
Yeah, I
You
only
can
give one.
say one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom, for that clarification. I'm going to try and. I'm good.
The answer, though.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to just say mouth.
Okay, mouth. That's
a good
not
answer.
a bad answer.
Not a bad answer.
That is
That's way better than
fire.
Good answer. Good answer.
Family feud.
All right.
Is it there?
So now we're gonna go ahead and jump through. Same order. Finch. Where does she have sawdust?
No harm against Fawn here. You go on a date sometimes, it goes well, and you end up with sawdust in your hair.
I was gonna. That was the
Where
other
it ends
answer.
up in your hair.
I should have stuck with that
Yeah,
one.
you
That was the
did.
other answer.
What's wrong with that, Hindu?
I was thinking more. Judy just like, I mean, she knew she was gonna have to drive Pinocchio around. I mean, normally he just Ubers everywhere.
Yeah.
But he was gonna get a ride to this date. But
Can you stop
ultimately
talking about me?
Ended up with sawdust in her car, and that's a pain to get out.
Oh yeah, no, that's such a.
I mean, what am I gonna do? Get that little stupid vacuum thing? That doesn't work. We all know that. It's a bad thing to do.
Okay, no car.
So I was looking at it from the fact that Judy may have just been on the Tinder swipes for a cheeky hookup.
Me too.
So I went with bed sheets.
Oh, that's good too. I like that.
I've never
That is definitely
experienced
PG.
sawdust in the bed sheets, so I don't know how irritating that would be. But I can imagine
Imagine
it's
crumbs,
not.
though.
Yeah, those
are terrible.
Think about sand on the bed
Correct.
sheets. Like you went to the beach for the day
Yeah.
and you come back and no,
Is,
sort of
is
sand
that
on
is
the-
that
not
from
gonna dig
experience?
Pinocchio.
Have you like done woodworking in your bed before?
Yeah, all the time. I work with my wood in the bedroom all the time.
My turn. I get to go
Yeah.
now.
Yes, you do.
Nothing else is taller than a table saw.
So Pinocchio, the
was
story
gonna
is
prolong
based
it.
on like lying, telling the truth, or whatnot. So who, I think of like a backstory. Who would Pinocchio actually date? Probably somebody in the truth-telling business. So I went for the judge, Judge Judy, and there's sawdust in her courtroom.
That's
You suck. That's
I really thought Fun would say that.
see what's. Well, so far,
you brought it home at the end.
as it turns out,
Yeah.
and in an actual twist of events that I didn't expect to have happen, everyone's tied at the end of the first round.
Out of interest, host, what did you expect would be the result of that one?
Well, now that I'm reflecting on the last time we did this, and thinking about what Dave said at the very end, where you're
Yeah.
playing for 3 points the whole time, I at least love the stories that I'm getting out of Tom, no matter what. So,
Wait a second.
Go ahead.
okay, you know what? I'll give you appendix was a really, really good answer.
My first one was the measles. That's as
Okay,
easy
measles
as
was
it
a really
comes.
good-
Your first one was murder, let's be honest.
I ripped it up. I put out the measles.
You put out the measles. Unfortunately for both of you,
Yeah.
neither of you were able
Just
to
said
get a
hair.
point.
That was my other answer, actually. But yeah.
So, Kresnik, that means you
Yes.
are going to be going first for round number 2.
Okay.
So you get to choose again, A or B.
I'll do A this time.
You'll do A this time. All right. Wade Watson said, "I'll tell you how I learned to yodel. Came to me very quickly after I sat down on a blank."
Wait,
What? His name is Wade Watson.
His name is Wade
Wade
I
Watson.
like how he now has a first and last name.
Yeah, we could have avoided this Judy nonsense if that had been the last one.
In 3 episodes, it's gonna be like chapter 1.
He said, "I'll tell you how I learned to yodel. Came to me very quickly after I sat down on a blank."
Well, I'm glad Finch cleared the air earlier, so I don't.
Yeah, exactly. He asked the operative question.
This is an easy one in my opinion.
I feel like it
down
should
on
be on a blank.
Okay.
What did he sit down on to make him learn to yodel? Kresnik, have you ever sat on something and immediately wanted to yodel?
Not recently. I've sat on a chair and wanted to eat yodels.
What?
It's like an Entenmann's, like the cupcake.
Okay, I'll pretend I know what you're talking about. Hindu's
It's like a-
face
it's like a
down, so I
pastry.
think he's locked
I believe
in.
you,
Finch is
Chris.
writing.
ding
I got
or
you. I
oid or
understand.
whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I really need to get some like lights that you can turn on.
I don't know what to put.
Have to input some more productivity. into this. Finch, we have real music.
What's the question?
Some sort of samba. Do what?
What's the question?
Wade Watson said, "I'll tell you how I learned to yodel. Came to me very quickly after I sat down on a blank." As he writes that in, I think I can go ahead and turn to you, Kresnik, and say
Yeah.
it one more time. Wade Watson said, "I'll tell you how I learned to yodel. Came to me very quickly after I sat down on a
Thumbtack.
thumbtack." I like that. That's a good answer.
Much
Go
better
ahead
than
and give
your
it to
last
him.
one.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
we're like correct so far. That could be a thing.
No, that's
Finch,
fine. That's
you
fine.
you are making some facial expressions
What's
as
going
to,
on?
to imply that maybe your answer might not be thumbtack.
Let me hear his answer again.
He said thumbtack.
Thumbtack. That's
going
a
for
pretty
the
good
match.
answer, Kresnik, because it's what I wrote.
So you've got a point now. Good job.
Yes, I do.
Easy for
And so already infinitely better than your last
100%
round.
increase from.
All right. Here's the thing. That's a better answer than what I put, and this is not my best work. But I thought that stepping on a Lego is the worst thing you can do. So if you sat on one, that also would not be good.
That's an old joke.
Wait till you see Tom's answer for old jokes. Anyway, same vein as Finch, but not the same cactus.
Why are you gonna sit on a cactus?
All right, Tom, tell us what you put.
To be fair, we've not been to Hindu's apartment. It might be all cactus seats.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Cacti.
World champion.
Well, I
yodeler.
said cactus seats. I didn't. Yeah.
He said cactus seats, yeah.
I didn't pluralize the cactus.
You
Tom, go
cut
ahead
him off before you
and-
finished speaking.
So you guys
Wow.
are making. I said he sat on a chair. I think that's that's what you sit on.
Can we get another contestant? We don't want him in the hive anymore, right? Like, why do we need him?
Does the Hive get a vote on its members.
Actually, it's weird. I didn't think about this, but this show could be part game show, part survival island, where you vote someone out of the hive every week.
You guys,
I am
You guys
sold.
just made fun of me for being too out there. So what would Wade Watson sit on? I don't know, a chair.
Tom, this is A+ trolling by you. Can I say that? This is your best trolling work you've done, maybe ever.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it
can
feels like
confirm.
maybe
Yeah.
you don't even want them to get points.
I
think.
Oh,
Hey, you know what?
Are you
sit on chairs.
sabotaging? The hive does
I-
not sabotage.
I think that your answer fits fine. You know
Does
what?
it? Why would that make you yodel, Gore?
You
It
know,
does not fit
maybe,
fine.
Maybe he was just learning to yodel.
Inspiration can strike anywhere.
One more time.
To be fair.
In
Anyway.
fact, I'll read it with chair at the end, or a chair at the end, so you have it. Wade Watson said, "I'll tell you how I learned to yodel. Came to me very quickly after I sat down on a chair."
So the story is the only thing preventing you from being your best person is you. Sit down on a chair and do whatever you want to do.
I like that.
All right, well, Kresnick in the first round with a point.
Embrace the
just gonna-
storm.
Just gonna leave that one behind in the dust. So you're now in the lead as of right now, Fawn. You're gonna be fighting to tie it up here.
Pressure on Fawn now.
As you come through, Greg said, he doesn't get a last name. I don't know why I didn't give Greg a last name.
Miller.
Sucks to be Greg. Greg said, "I don't think that our karate instructor is qualified. Instead of wearing a black belt, he's wearing a blank belt. I don't think that our karate instructor is qualified. Instead of wearing a black belt, he's wearing a blank belt." I just thought of one incredibly dirty, but I can't break my own rules, so I can't even say
There's
that.
a lot out there, and my mind has to go away from those, and that's why it's going to take me a minute.
That's a good answer.
I don't know if you know what I'm thinking.
I think I have a very good idea of what you're thinking. I think that would be okay.
I should have looked because now that's all I can think.
Ding.
We've got
That's a
one
good
in.
answer. That's why you're so fucking happy.
Fawn is deep
Sorry,
in
I'm
contemplation
still
as we go through them right now.
thinking.
I wasn't thinking that. That's a good answer, though.
You got
Kresnick.
one,
Thank you.
Unfortunately,
No,
it's not
I
your
don't.
round, so
I know,
who
I know.
cares? Either way,
Gord, can you read it one more time as a pretense for me to think?
Greg said, "I don't think that our karate instructor is qualified. Instead of wearing a black belt, he's wearing a blank belt." Honestly, I might even try filling it in with just blank. He's wearing a blank belt. What the hell?
Yeah.
This guy's not qualified.
Who knows what he knows? Not me.
Not trying to influence any answers. Tom is writing a damn novel over
Because
here.
he doesn't know.
Okay,
Tom is
I see
literally
where he's going
still
with it.
writing.
He's actually writing a
Ding.
crap that comes through. Waiting on two more answers. Finch, you're just now putting pen to paper. Hindu is
Well,
about
don't
to
call me
finish his.
out.
Oh, well, you know, only a little bit. As we come through. Now I'm going to, I think, confidently turn
should've,
over to
but
you,
I
Fawn, as I see Hindu finish his answer. Greg said, "I don't think that our karate instructor is qualified. Instead of wearing a black belt, he's wearing a what belt?"
I'm just going to have to keep it like really simple, like a pants belt, like something that you would actually just put on like a regular belt.
Pants.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
there's no do-overs. Pants belt, I'm locking it in.
No, but I'm saying, no, for pants. Well, I mean, yeah, no shit. Because if somebody comes in, a karate instructor, and I say belt, how does that sound?
That's fair. He's
Leather
right.
belt?
Pants
Right.
belt is right.
Why? Yeah.
I
Okay.
kept it simple.
That works too.
So, Finch,
All right.
we're trying to match with pants belt here.
Right. Yes. So so I didn't write that. To sort of get that out of the way, I thought he was wearing one of those big belts, like when you got to lift couches. I wrote a weightlifting belt, right, to like kind of
He's
cover
ripping
your.
squats out there.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I like that one.
He doesn't know he has the wrong one.
So I put the human word for what Fawn was trying to
That's
say,
right.
which was leather,
Leather
belt.
belt.
I think that's right.
I will give you a point.
Yeah, I think so too.
That is the
I
point you were
almost
trying to
made
get
it
across.
so that it was a leather belt that was brown and black, and you swap like a swapping
Oh, that
belt.
one,
So like
But
the ones
that-
I wear.
Yeah, those.
Oh, yeah.
I also wear those.
I've
'cause
got
they're
reversible
easier.
cold.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's go.
They're also surprisingly cheaper than any of the other belts I've looked at.
So
How
actually,
could that
I
possibly
too went for the simple option. Could you just reiterate it again for the fans at home?
Greg said,
haven't got fans
"I
yet."
don't think our karate instructor is qualified. Instead of wearing a black belt, he's wearing a."
WWE World Championship heavyweight title.
That's actually a really
I
good
was thinking
answer.
of, but way more eloquently played.
That's he'd be overqualified.
Yeah.
he really would.
Well, I mean,
Not for karate.
He doesn't necessarily have to know karate to be a WWE
Yeah, I'm not saying
champion.
He's a good
John
actor.
Cena knows how to throw a
Yeah, that's what I
karate
mean.
chop.
Brock Lesnar does not
If it
necessarily know
was,
karate.
if it
does
was
he?
an MMA fighter,
There
And
we
definitely
go.
he'd be overqualified.
Exactly. I didn't put MMA. I went world champ.
That was a good
WWE. So Tom,
I
let's go to
went.
yours.
I went for one that I really thought Fawn would
Fun. Roast the
get.
fuck out of him if this is bad.
I went with
I don't wanna always
a
respect
belt of
you.
a different color, one that denotes a lower level of skill.
And actually, you know what's funny? If you had said like white belt or yellow belt, Jimmy, that would have been a point actually. So
And the reason he wrote that is because he didn't know what's higher or
wait.
lower than black.
I was gonna. Black's the highest.
Black,
Yeah.
one stripe brown, two stripe brown, brown. I actually know it all the way down, but this was a catch-all.
I was gonna write white belt.
Yeah, white belt is the beginning. And
what
then
I
it's
was gonna
yellow
Yeah.
and then orange.
No one said what
and
I
then
put.
red.
no, I was
What was your guess,
his
Chris?
guess
Oh,
was chastity belt.
Oh, that's not horrible.
Which would also, I would think if I
have
walked
a
in
lot
and
of
I saw that,
questions.
I would be like, I don't know why you're in this room. Please get out of here. And I do
Again,
not trust you
Kresnik's polarizing his range.
to train my children.
What polarized the room earlier, Finch? If you want to share.
I don't remember. Literally, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Either way, and actually, as luck would have it, you come out tied of this round.
Let's
So
go,
this last
Vaughn.
round
Let's go.
actually is going to matter for both of you because you can both get up to 5 points as it comes down if you're able to match all 4. But history has that. I don't think that's going to happen. So Kresnik, once again,
Yeah.
just because we were at Fawn last, you get to go first this time, and you get to choose one more time, A or B.
Well, A's been good luck for me, so I think I'll stick with that for now.
Okay.
Don't you have 0 points?
No, he has one.
He got one.
Gorgeous did a whole spiel about how they're tied. Even.
Janet
Thank you for
said,
joining us, Tom.
I've got good news
I'm talking
and I've
about-
got bad news.
Okay.
The good news is I found a cheap place to live. The bad news is it used to be a blank. So Janet said I've got good news and bad news.
That's a good
The
question.
good news is I found a cheap place to live. The bad news is it used to be a blank. Now I have one of these that almost immediately popped into my mind. And pretty much this is the first prompt I've ever given where everyone immediately went
Yeah,
into paper.
There's a lot of good options.
There really are.
There's too
There
many
are.
good options.
Yeah.
See, what I'm wondering is how many are going to be the funny options, the realistic options, and how many of them are going to make me depressed after this episode.
Ding.
All right, we're all done.
All 4 already. So, Kresnik, I hope you had the time that you wanted to prepare.
Yeah.
Janet said, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is I found a cheap place to live. The bad news is it used to be a what?
Meth lab.
A meth lab. That's not
That's
bad.
good news.
That's good, actually.
That's a
Okay,
good one.
that could be good.
Depending on who you are, that could be good news or
mean,
bad
you
news.
find-
Wait a minute. How is that good news?
Lucrative business option.
Because you go ahead and you get
Diversify.
a new place to live, and then you find like weird stuff, like I found like $1 this guy left. You can just find methamphetamine.
Okay. And
I
that is
use
not an
needles?
inherent
Well, remember,
positive.
you don't need to flip that, right? It has an inherent value to you. Just
Exactly.
Right.
Well, as it stands, so good thing, bad thing, whether or not you want to look at it. Meth lab is the answer. So Finch, what
Never
exactly
need to buy
did you
cleaning
write?
products again.
All right, so it used to be a meth lab. That would be bad. But one other thing that might be kind of gross to you, where you wouldn't want to touch anything, is if you found out it was a brothel. That would be if you found out it
thought that
was like
too.
a whorehouse.
You could never use blue lights in that house.
The most
To be
dangerous
fair,
game.
there can be. You know what I mean?
That stain.
Anyone else?
What's your next game show?
You might not want a black light in my answer either, but it is a little bit different.
That's good.
A mental hospital.
That's good, too.
That could be creepy. You know what I
Also,
mean?
could be the next star of your own hit horror film.
That's true.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. Wait to look at the silver lining.
I like where your minds are at, boys.
Yeah.
I feel like that might be a foreboding thing. Don't you try to peek. Dude, let's go ahead
This
and go
is
to yours.
obviously on the host's decision, but I went with drug den.
Yeah. I'll give you one.
Okay!
Meth lab,
Let's go,
drug den.
Kresnik.
Same essential concept.
I immediately went to horror movie, and I thought of the oldest trope, an ancient Native American.
Tom, you are a gem.
That
This
is
happens a lot, right?
Dude, once you got past murder, you kind of were. You're kind of on fire now. Actually.
my favorite thing about this game is when I sit down and I do the prompts and I can come up with 2 or 3 answers and like, yeah, okay, that should be funny. Your answers never cease to amaze me with how outside the box you think compared to me.
That's really good.
But as it
So where's
stands,
Kresnik at
It's
now?
exhausting.
you're going to be able to set up their 2 total points now, Kresnik, in the lead.
All right, Fawn, you got to
Fawn
clutch up.
has the opportunity
gotta
and
clutch up.
potential to beat you out here, and you
So
have
wait.
one more prompt.
Yo,
Tom's the only one that
my
nobody
Venmo is Tom's
has mentioned saying
Tom69
this,
if you
right?
want to
Okay.
if you want
Ever.
to cheat.
and for
Tom
anyone
Tom has
listening,
never matched an
his
answer.
Venmo is
Oh, really?
Tom69.
In,
So if you
this
want
is
a
the second
Venmo,
episode too.
Yeah.
so either way, you're going to come through. Mrs. Steinberg said to the nurse, Whenever Dr. Roberts touches me, I get blank.
Oh, jeez.
I literally need that read to me again. Let me hear.
Mrs. Steinberg said to the nurse, whenever Dr. Roberts touches me, I get blank.
I don't know.
Can I run an answer by you initially?
Go, go.
I'm just gonna say yes, and then
This hive, you created here, have you thought before you discuss these questions? I thought about these questions at all.
and
One more time.
I gave a very, very low stipulation. Like, there's only 2 words in the English. Like, well, I guess 2 words, and they're synonyms that you can use. So, admittedly, everything's
My answer is
open.
better than all of yours, just so we're all.
Mrs. Steinberg said to the nurse, whenever Dr. Roberts touches me, I get blank. Oh, I can read that one upside down.
Okay,
A lot of
Graham.
these coming through.
It was better
Last
than the other option.
bits of pen to paper here.
Done. Ding.
Finch finishes up, so that's going to be all the answers. So, to tie, potentially
The look
win
in your face.
the game right now.
It was a weird mixture of disappointment and pride. I don't know how you can
I have
feel
a
both.
Tom answer. By the way.
You have a Tom
I have a
answer?
Tom answer.
We all have Tom answers.
What does that mean?
No, it's just longer than it needs to be.
Add some more to that.
All right, Fawn, you're lucky because they gave you a little more seconds than I was going to. But
Okay.
this is to tie the game or to try and win it. Mrs. Steinberg said to the nurse, whenever Dr. Roberts touches me, I get.
Just gonna go simple again once again because it's the first thing that came to mind. Like disgusted / creeped out.
Okay.
That's a fair answer.
Disgusting.
Good answer.
Creeped
Fair
out.
answer.
Both are going to figure.
The
Appreciate it.
hive
Yeah.
is
Finch?
probably
All right, so
different.
yes, so
Too real. Too real.
So yes, I do think that she reacted when she was touched, but I think she was aroused. is
I
what
thought
wrote.
that, but I forgot
So,
that.
so if
He's a
he
good
had
doctor.
said, if Gore had said dentist, I think I would have matched you fine.
Okay. Yeah, I figured I didn't
Dentists
get that
are weird,
right.
dude.
I had thought of that once again, but I just didn't know if that was.
Can you read the prompt? So I'll roll into it. Just set me up here if you could, Gore. I'm sorry to ask this of you after you put your.
No, this is all Tom territory.
I don't
Yeah.
do this.
Mrs. Steinberg said to the nurse, whenever Dr. Roberts touches me, I get.
I get so annoyed that I have to walk to HR again. Why does he keep touching? You know, like they had to have talked to him. By now.
I didn't even think Mrs. Steinberg's the coworker.
I
Yeah.
assumed she was a patient as well.
I also did.
I thought
so
she
wait,
was a
wait. I
coworker.
have a question.
Yeah.
I assume she's disgusted / creeped out if she's going
Yeah.
to HR.
Yeah.
But not when she's
would've-
annoyed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do say annoyed.
Yeah, he specified.
Operative word.
Yeah, I was pretty
But it
sure.
really is because she wants him to stop touching her.
Yeah, because she is, like, I guess, theme high level, she's disgusted, creeped out.
Right, yeah.
But it wasn't in the answer, so no
She
points.
might not even be disgusted or creeped out. It just you got to get consent. I don't know.
I said dry.
Jesus Christ! Hindu man.
Well, you said aroused. It's, it's just the opposite.
Exactly. Thank you, host. Because the first thing I did think of was wet, but then I was like, no.
Oh my God!
So I was like, the opposite of wet is. There we go, dry.
My turn again, right? Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm
back.
anxious for the follow up.
So big.
So big. Wait, hold on.
I need I need. What did you say?
That's a joke between this my talent of like when you want to change the subject, you go so back. I'm talking about so back.
I need to outsource my answer. Hindu man, can you read this answer for me?
No.
It's better.
It
when you
says
say
dry.
It says Randy in the best Austin Powers
So,
accent.
so me and Tom wrote
Randy,
Yes.
baby.
Tom has now matched one person. And
Yeah.
it's me.
That is
I'll make
true.
you Randy, baby.
Let's go.
Can you say it?
Randy.
Yeah.
That's the
Randy.
That was the most enthusiasm he's ever going to have for that. But unfortunately, Fawn, that means there's no points for you in that round.
Excited.
So you are not going to be leaving this one to Victor Kresnik. You do come out on top for today.
That's it.
What? He's Long Island Brothers. That's all you're going to have. Yeah, just the 3 rounds.
I was just warming up.
Actually, Tom, on that last prompt, if it was a location, I'm like, all right, there's no way I'm not gonna match you. I know we're gonna go somewhere.
But you didn't-
Kresnik, who did you match
Yeah.
with to get some of your points?
I think it might have been you, Finch.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
I think it was.
Did you give anybody any points, Tom? Yes or no? Just a binary scale.
If we want to count it, he technically gave you points. Maybe? I don't know. Either way, it works out. Congratulations on your victory for today and being the second champion of Hivemind. Thanks everyone who has been able to tune in for so far. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next episode of Hivemind.